This is One on One. We're pleased to welcome Jim Jack for the first time on One on One here at NJPAC, Director of Education and Outreach at the George Street Playhouse in beautiful New Brunswick, New Jersey. Good to see you, Jim.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for having me.
One of the initiatives you have going there is this great series, great play called Austin the Unstoppable, going on for how long?
5 years. This is our 5th touring company that's taking the show out to schools.
Now, there are all kinds of plays about all kinds of things, but this is special, this is important, and this particular play has been helping kids deal with wellness issues and make healthier choices for a long time.
We partnered with the Horizon Foundation for New Jersey to create a piece of theater that would explore issues of childhood obesity and type 2 diabetes in communities. We looked at the national challenges and the rates that were rising throughout our state and thought this would be an excellent opportunity to bring an issue-based play into our communities to engage children to think about the issues around health and wellness.
Issues-based play. Okay, so as I understand it, this kid, Austin, how old?
11 years old.
Loves sweets?
Loves sweets, loves video games. He and his best pal indulge in this every single day, hours of screen time.
Okay, so this is not a kid who's doing all the right things out of the box.
Not at all, not at all.
So it's not like kids are going to say, oh, I can't be that kid. Kids, my kid who's 11, our son is 11, will relate to this kid.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, why don't we do this? So I want to see the way kids are reacting to Austin the Unstoppable, and then we'll come back and talk about it, okay?
Fantastic.
Let's go to a clip about some kids reacting to Austin the Unstoppable down at George Street, and we'll talk about it after this. Unstoppable!
After seeing the show, I think I would like to try not to be on a computer too long.
I think lowering my video game time and adding it to the exercise will give me a better future.
I should have ate healthy because I have been eating things that I really shouldn't be eating with sugar added in it. Now I'm gonna make a change.
So clearly kids are responding. They want to do the right thing after this.
They do. What's interesting is it's about a family. It's about a family, and Austin learns his mother's been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and the family has to go through some serious changes. And so it's the problem of change, and the challenge is that what happens to people when they're forced to make changes in their lives. And so the humor and the comedy comes out of that. But they always identify with Austin. We hear teachers tell us, oh, you know, we go around the lunch tables and the children say, look, you know, with a healthy snack, I'm making Austin proud. And so it's one of these opportunities for children to connect to the stories and the characters in a way that's meaningful to them.
How many kids have seen it?
40,000 students have seen it across the state of New Jersey.
40,000?
40,000 children.
And how many schools are we talking?
Over 160 schools, and that's across the entire 21 counties of New Jersey. And so we feel very excited to be able to bring this. And it's really, you know, Horizon's been our statewide sponsor, and so they give us the capacity to bring it to schools that otherwise couldn't have the program.
It's important to have that corporate and foundation support, isn't it?
Absolutely. And they've been a partner both in terms of helping us understand the real challenges of type 2 diabetes nationwide and what that means to us, and if we don't make some very substantive changes. And so this is an opportunity to get to children early to help them think about how to fulfill their dreams in life by making healthy choices.
Also, my understanding is, Jim, that there are study guides, also curriculum assistance for teachers, because how do teachers exactly know what to do with the Austin the Unstoppable content? I mean, they need to have assistance on that end because there's so much pressure on teachers and so many requirements. So they need help, then the students need help, right?
Absolutely.
And that's been provided.
One of the things that's really exciting, we just launched a brand new website called AustinTheUnstoppable.org that provides... AustinTheUnstoppable.org. We'll put that up. Go ahead. And this has opportunities for teachers and students to engage with the material before they see the show and then after they see the show. There's a documentary, there's smartboard capability, so our study guide can go directly into the classroom. And it gives opportunities for children to engage with the characters, the circumstances, the artists who are involved in a way that hooks them in and then also helps the teacher provide additional curricular support for them to explore this for the rest of the year.
You know, I'm curious about this, a theater. People think they know what theaters do, but in many ways at George Street, this is part of a larger theme about the kinds of programming, the kind of plays you put on, isn't it?
It is. So for 27 years, we've been doing issue-based plays, really exploring challenges that students face every day in their lives. Bullying, cyberbullying, tolerance. We just created a new musical about climate change. And
About climate change?
Climate change, called Gabby Goes Green.
And this can be entertaining.
Oh, yes, they love it. It's a musical comedy. It's about a girl who's 14 years old, Gabby Gardner, who lost her childhood home to Hurricane Sandy. And
All very real.
That's right, absolutely. And out of her desire to go back home, she's transformed into Green Hero and fights Captain Carbon for the fate of the Earth. And so it's really helping us understand the small choices we make, the impact on creating additional carbon in the atmosphere and the consequences of that.
Is it actually about building character?
Absolutely. It's a character initiative, and it's really focusing about when you put yourself in the circumstances of the characters you see, you start to think about their choices and how those choices relate back to your own life. And so that's what we hope, to cultivate empathy for children, to think about how their choices affect others and how they can be a really strong human being in their own communities.
It's interesting. People watching right now, and not just in New Jersey, but all across the region, and they say, hey, that's fascinating. I'd like to know more. I'd like to find out how I can access some of these programs, some of these plays. If they go on the website,
absolutely.
Is it accessible?
It is. So GeorgeStreetPlayhouse.org is our website. You can just Google that in and go to education and list all of our touring productions that we bring to schools throughout the state and also into New York and Pennsylvania and elsewhere as well. And we also do a lot of work in the classroom, bringing theater into social studies classrooms, language arts classrooms to create theater with the students.
Before I let you out of here, some of the other plays that have been greatly successful that I happen to know have gone on to other things across the river.
That's right.
On Broadway.
That's right.
Go ahead, real quick, go.
Recently, It Should Have Been You, which premiered at George Street Playhouse, recently was on Broadway, and most recently off-Broadway, Clever Little Lies, which premiered at George Street Playhouse a couple seasons ago, just opened off-Broadway at the West Side Theater, directed by our artistic director, David Saint.
How exciting is that?
It's fantastic. We feel very privileged to do the kind of work we do at George Street Playhouse and work with some incredible artists and serve the community that we inhabit. So it's a blessing.
Were you born to be in the arts?
Absolutely. My mother was a museum director and an artist herself, and so I became very passionate about it very early on.
Well, you're doing important work.
Thank you
just
so
keep
much.
it up, and we appreciate everything you're doing, particularly on behalf of our children, to help them understand the need to make healthier choices about themselves and their bodies.
Absolutely.
Jim Jack, Director of Education and Outreach at the George Street Playhouse in the burgeoning New Brunswick, New Jersey. Thanks so much, Jim.
Great, thank you so much.
Stay right there. Don't go anywhere. We'll let you know.
Okay.
One-on-one here from the beautiful New Jersey Performing Arts Center. I'll be right back right after this. Thanks, Jim.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJPAC has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence, and by the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, in cooperation with NJTV and 13 for WNET. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJPAC has been provided by TD Bank, Cone Resnick, Gibbons PC, Josh S. Weston, the Fidelco Group, the Northward Center, and by Prudential Financial's Global Communications Department. Promotional support provided by NJ.com. Small news, big news, true Jersey. And by NJ Biz, all business, all New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.